just because it's a lot of it's some writing stuff and it's just easier that way. But we will work on. We're going to start that right now. Tomorrow, what are we doing tomorrow? Anybody remember what we're doing tomorrow?
Taking a nap.
No, not. That's today in language arts. What are we doing tomorrow in world history? Yes, we're going to computer lab. Thank you. I remember. We're going to computer lab so we can finish working on our projects. A lot of you are done or almost done. But I do want to talk to you about citing sources to make sure we have that right and then finish up some stuff. And then Thursday, we're going to be back in here. We're going to start talking about Unit 2, which covers Egypt, Mesopotamia, and Kush. We're going to start out talking about Egypt, so that's why we're going to do a little bit of kind of just information thing today. What I mainly want to focus on today is activating prior knowledge about ancient Egypt. What do you already know about ancient Egypt? I'm just going to kind of ask you a few questions. What do you already know? All right. The other thing that I want to do is I want to we're going to begin to develop some knowledge about the geography. Oh, thank you, Julian. We're going to begin developing some knowledge about the geography, what ancient Egypt looked like, or the area, what it looks like now. And then we're going to start talking, eventually, we might get to this bottom part, about some of the inventions that the ancient Egyptians had. We may not get to that part. If we don't, that's fine. So we just kind of want to just start introducing it, talking about it. Okay. We're going to skip this thing because it was a really weird lesson. Even I know it's a geography you're actually trying to place where, actually we'll go back and we'll take a look at it real quick. Alright, so start, so what do you have, where's the United States, where am I pointing? Which one already hit?
Right there.
Okay. Alright, South America.
Right below.
Okay. Africa.
Right next to it.
Right over here or here?
Yeah. No.
Here?
Yeah.
Okay. Australia.
Look where down
here? Okay. Egypt. Where's Egypt?
Up.
Up.
One. No. Africa.
Here? Where? Above Africa?
No. It's there. Yeah.
What? 79. I scored a 753.
Who got that? First period?
No. It was like the preset one. Alright, who wants to come up and do a professor? Professor, go get it. So you can beat my 783 with I had all of your help too. Alright, all you do is you just tap start.
And then you start.
Answer the question.
And then you start.
Are they the same question?
They give me the same question.
Oh,
Are they going to answer the same
Yeah,
question?
go.
in order?
Yeah, just hit start and find out. Lexi, give it a shot. Enforcer, come on, get it.
We said it.
Ready to go.
Ready? Good shot. Ryan.
Pressure's on.
Yeah. That's what I'm
Oh, 9.9 on the highest score. You can't just be fast, you have to be accurate. You have to be accurate.
Go.
Sure the
Who
dog.
has the highest score? D.
Go D.
Yeah, I don't think.
Ready, set.
That was Sharpie.
Oh, am I supposed to do and up?
Chris.
Girl, boy, girl.
That's what you.
What's our high score so far? 9.9 is our highest score so far. Alright, let's see here. We're going to do Q. more, and then we're gonna move
No, I
on.
was
Two
not
more,
saying
and then we're
that.
gonna move on. Emily.
You like
Oh, I called her Emily. I called her Emily.
Oh, yeah, you got the
Yeah, sure. Hi, Emily. Go, Emily.
Just go, let's see.
Ninth grade,
You have to be accurate, Julie, accurate.
Be accurate.
accurate and fast.
Be accurate. What is undefined?
9:36, pretty close. That's good. Alright, moving on. So pretty close. What we got to see about here is Egypt's right in this region right here. There's a couple of key things that are very important about knowing where Egypt is and why it's important where it is. Does anybody know what this is right here? Does anybody know what that's about? What this body of water is right here?
Oh!
Lexi.
The Atlantic Ocean.
Nope.
No.
Manali.
Black Sea.
Nope, not the Black Sea.
You
It's
should
the
call
sea.
it Black Sea.
Again.
Huh? No, I think.
The Red Sea.
Not the Red Sea.
Mediterranean Sea.
Mediterranean. The Mediterranean Sea is right here. This is the Mediterranean, right? Along the Mediterranean Sea, you have a large number of major civilizations that happen. In this area, you have Greece, you have Rome, you have Egypt. Shortly into this area down here, you have Mesopotamia. So right around the Mediterranean Sea, you have a lot of ancient civilizations that start up. The Minoans were in the middle of the Mediterranean Sea. A lot of people believe the Minoans are the people who actually founded Atlantis, the actual mythical island of Atlantis. They believe it might have been a Minoan place. So it's right in this area. A lot of stuff going on, right? A lot of different people. And there's a lot of trade going on. So being really close to this area is huge. This is the, does anybody know which one sea this is?
Suez Canal.
No, the Suez Canal actually connects these. It's right there. It connects that part.
The Red Sea.
It's the Red Sea, correct. This one right here is the Red Sea. You have the Persian Gulf on this side. So you have a lot of different bodies of water. And with the Nile River running right through the middle of Egypt up to the Mediterranean Sea, it makes it very easy to transport things and get around. So having those bodies of water is very important. So, what do we already know about Egypt? Besides what I just told you just now, what do you already know about the geography of Egypt? Just the geography of Egypt. Manali.
They made the pyramids.
Okay, but what about the geography? Like, what does the land look like? What does the area look like? Tori?
The land is mostly sand.
Okay, sand. Julie.
Hot.
Hot. Right.
Flat.
Flat. Dry. Wow, it sounds like we could probably sum up almost all these words in one big word, Eliana. A desert. Oh, wait, really quickly. Wait, desert. Oh, wait.
Desert.
How many S's are there?
One.
One, or is there one or two?
It's one because
It's one.
dessert, you always go back for two. That's how I remember it.
I always remember it like this. Dessert is so good. It's just so good. That's how I always remember it. Desert just has one S, right? That's one S for sand. So there's a lot of sand. It's hot. It's flat. It's dry. It's a desert. What else do we know about it? What are some of the other parts of the geography about it? What are the other important features, Lexi?
It's empty.
It's empty. Okay.
4. Yes. I made it through 4.
Empty. What else? What else? Brooke? Pyramids? Those are kind of man-made. We want to stick to some of the more natural landforms. Cacti, there's probably some cacti in there, yeah? Cacti.
Cacti.
Cacti is plural for cactus.
Cacti is plural.
Yeah.
Right, all right. Right. What?
Sand
There's sand dunes.
I like
That is good.
Get down.
Okay, so is it all just dry, flat, sandy area? Is there anything else there? The Nile River.
So smart, Emily. That's big.
The Nile River. Anybody have any idea why I wrote it that big? Because it's important. It's huge. Nothing in Egypt happens without the Nile River.
I thought the Nile River was something.
That's the Amazon.
Oh yeah, that's
The Nile River, without the Nile River, nothing happens in Egypt. Nothing happens. It was the major superhighway. It's what they transported things on. The Nile River would flood regularly, which means all the water would go out onto the banks, and it would leave behind silt, which is the stuff that kind of floats along down the river, and that would make that area very fertile and easy to grow crops and plants and have agriculture. Lots of different wildlife comes to the Nile River, so people can eat meat and other things, along with having a lot of food. The Nile River was everything in Egypt. Without it, it really is, it's just a desert. It's a completely inhospitable place to live. Yes.
What is bigger, the Amazon or the Nile?
The Nile. The Nile, I think, is the largest river on the planet. And I think Amazon is probably 2 or 3. Mississippi's up there too, but I don't remember. I think those are the 3 here. Oh, the Yangtze in China. Yangtze. Alright, so that is, so these are some of the things that we already know about the geography of Egypt. The next thing that I kind of want to look at is, so we have some pictures here, right? The pyramids kind of shows you some of the sandy area. We've got some sand dunes out in the desert here. But if you notice, if you were to actually look really carefully, you can actually see a little bit of vegetation, some shrubs and bushes and stuff like that. And then you have this picture here of the Nile. And now, remember I was talking to you about how the Nile floods every once in a while? Those areas where it floods are called a floodplain. And when the river floods, you can see in this light green around it that floods into these certain areas. And these areas are huge. It doesn't look that big on the map. They're actually really large. And so people can grow crops and they live. And you see the majority of the population in this area is right around in these floodplain areas, because that's where they can grow crops that can survive. Right? And then somebody asked me earlier why I had a triangle on my board. Can anybody look at the map and tell me why there might be a triangle on my board? Nope, not a pyramid. Really?
That thing right there.
What's it called?
The Nile something.
Anybody know what that triangle part is called?
Delta?
Huh?
A delta?
A delta, exactly. This is the ancient Greek symbol delta. It's not just a triangle, it's an ancient Greek letter, delta. Ancient Greek letter delta. And so they have these areas that they bounce in rivers. There's one in the Mississippi, there's one in the Amazon, there's one in almost every major river when it meets a larger body of water. It's called a delta. And it breaks up and tries to break up the land, and it almost always forms a triangle. And in these areas are really, really lush vegetation. There's really great fertile soil. A lot of great things happen. Does anybody know what city's built at the delta of the Mississippi River?
No.
No?
New Orleans?
New Orleans.
Oh.
New Orleans. It's a great place for commerce. Lots of traffic in and out. And that's sort of where Egypt sort of started. Is you see a lot of it forming right here around this delta, because it's easy to get in and out of the Mediterranean Sea. There's really rich fertile soil, so you can grow crops, all kinds of great things. So you kind of see things kind of moving in around on this floodplain of the Nile River and the delta. All right. So.
Wait.
Yes.
Like in the Mississippi, do you think that since it meets the Gulf, it meets the ocean, do you think that's why there's tiger sharks here?
Yes. Because they'll swim up there. Not tiger sharks, they're normally bull sharks.
Yeah, that's
Okay, that does happen. Alright. So we've looked at the kind of the landscape, we talked about it a little bit, and we're gonna break this up into two different categories. What about that landscape of Egypt would make it easier to live? What would make it easy to live there? What types of things would make it easy to live there? Lexi?
Is it what you saw in the map, or is it just like what would you suggest?
All of that together. What we talked about, what I just got done telling you about the map, what we talked about what the place looks like,
And
pictures
rain.
that we looked at. What would make it easy to live there?
More rain.
Okay? Good source of water. Good source of water is huge. Almost every civilization, every major city civilization is located near water. Very close to water. Fresh water.
Agriculture?
Okay, agriculture. Agriculture. Right.
There's no mountains, so like if there's rain, you don't climb over mountains or mountains.
Okay. It's easy to traverse. You can get through this place fairly. Once you get out into the desert, it gets a little tough. But it's not like you're climbing over huge mountains or something. It's not raining. Anything else that makes it easy? Anything else that makes it easy living there? What are some things that make it difficult living there? For it.
Sandstorms? Yeah.
Yep, sandstorms are very rare.
What happened?
Especially when a whole lot of wind picks up sand and pulls it. Yeah.
Well, the baby was in the flood area, flood.
Floods? Floods can be bad. What else? What happens if you use the floodplains and the floods to grow all of your crops? What happens when there's no floods? Drought. Anything else? Anything else that makes it difficult? Anybody know what kind of animals live in the Nile? Snakes, alligators, crocodiles. I don't know if there's piranhas in the Nile.
That's one
That's the thing that the Amazon is the Amazon there.
Amazon going together.
Predators. There's a lot of different kinds of predators in there. If you pay attention to Egyptian deities, you'll see that a lot of them they have some sort of animal form, or they have an animal shape. There's jackals. There's crocodiles. There are hyenas. There are lions. There are a lot of different predators. Snakes are bound. There are all kinds of. The Egyptian asp is one of the most poisonous snakes on the planet. I believe. The asp, A-S-P, an Egyptian asp. It's the type of snake. Very good. Very good. So you have a lot of different things that make life difficult, right? Not to mention the fact, what was the word we used to sum up everything we wrote on the first page? Desert. Not to mention the fact that it's a desert.
And then it gets hot.
So you have all the things that go along with being a desert. Hot, dry, sandy.
Well, like, if they want to say, like, one of their houses get blown away, like a sandstorm or something, since there's, like, not that much wood, since it's like a desert, it's hard to make a house.
It is true. They didn't build a lot of stuff out of wood because it wasn't very prevalent, so they had to use other sources. They did use a lot of stone, which was rather prevalent. All right. Tomorrow we will be in the lab finishing up projects. And then Thursday, we're going to get back to talking about Egypt. We'll be back in the book. We'll be looking at key terms and stuff like that. Yes?
Project's on Wednesday or Friday?
Project's due on Friday.
Yay.
Project's due on Friday. We're going to be in the lab Wednesday and Friday this week.
Oh, project is due Friday.
Project is due Friday. I'm gonna have everybody turn it in during class on Friday. I'll show you how to do that, get all that stuff. Anybody have any questions about the schedule or any questions about Egypt? Yes, question about
Do we meet in the lab or do we meet here?
meet here, and we'll go straight to the lab. So meet here. Okay. Any other questions? All right. Guys have a good rest of the day. I'm having a lot of fun marking F's on all those quizzes. Woo woo!
And one quiz without.
I'm not even looking at them. I'm just putting F's on everybody.
Like Mr. Crocker.
Emily A gets 2 F's.
Like Mr. Crocker.
Oh. Brooke, are you ready? Why are you tired? We got partying last night? Again? Yes, you were. Party, party, Brooke.
Or homework.
Homework. You don't do homework.
You don't need any stinking homework, right?
Badgers? Badgers? We don't need no stinking badgers.
Or foxes.
Or foxes. No, we need foxes. What does the fox say?